welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is June 26, 2022, and this is episode 36. My name is Roz, and I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada, with my husband and my two kids who are 12 and 10. Welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you for any returning viewers. I always appreciate a little comment or a thumbs up on the video. If you get a chance, that would be lovely. Today, I am not wearing any knitwear, nor have I been wearing any knitwear because summer has arrived here. Currently today it is almost 30 degrees Celsius outside, so no knitwear is required. In fact, the less clothing, the better. Today I'm wearing this lovely tank top. It's actually a onesie. You can't see the rest, but trust me, it's there. And it's very comfortable and just one piece of clothing because it's hot out. We do have air conditioning in our house, and you might hear it because there's some blasting from a vent up here, but hopefully it's not too much background noise. We are back recording on my phone again. I did try the camera. I liked the look of the video, but getting the video from the camera to my computer is just not working, and was almost as frustrating as just not recording. So we're back on the phone, which is not a big deal, and I will just have to work out the microphone situation eventually, but hopefully you will bear with me for today, and the microphone on the phone, the internal microphone, is not too bad for sound quality. Moving on to what we have today on the menu. I think I've probably chattered enough so far, but we have finished objects, works in progress, events, and some more chatter, because that's who I am. Let's get started with finished objects. For my first finished object today, I have my even heel socks. They're done, both of them. Yay! And I've worn them a couple times. Last week was not so hot, and yeah, they fit beautifully. I love them. I will be wearing them a lot this winter, and yeah, let's give you the details on these. So the pattern that I used is called Even Heel Sock by Nikki Knits, and she is an amazing designer, and I love these socks. They're a winner. The yarn that I used is the Regia Perfect, which gives you two perfectly matching socks. So, and it tells you exactly when you need to start whichever piece of it. So you do the ribbing till you get to this dark blue line, and then you do the leg, and then when it does that little switcheroo again, you do the heel, and then you just go until you have enough for the toe, and then you're done. And then you have then you start at the next color repeat. There's like yellow in between, so you know where to start, and you get the perfectly matching socks. This color is 7137, but yeah, totally my colors: teal, blue, purple. So those are done. More socks for me. And I even remembered sock blockers, guys, because today I'm recording in my craft room. So this is my half office, which you can't see because it's behind the camera, half craft room. It also has storage in the closet over here that's just random. You know, you always have that place in your house where you just store all of the like stuff you don't know what to do with. It's all in there. Anyway, so there are my socks. Moving on. I also finished the Flax Light baby sweater that I was knitting. It has not been blocked and the ends have not been woven in yet, but the knitting is finished. So I count it for stash at that point. But I am not going to put this in the finished object bin until everything's washed, blocked, ends woven in, etc., etc. But yeah, there we go. So this pattern is Flax Light by Tin Can Knits. I do talk about them a lot because they have amazing patterns, and their patterns go from itty bitty baby to extra large, like 5XL or something, depending on the pattern, I think. But they were size inclusive before it was cool to be size inclusive. So this is the 3-month size. So yeah, so it'll fit a pretty new baby, but not a newborn, because yeah, anyway. I just wanted to see more of the color work on this one. So this is Gauge Dye Works, and I'm gonna have to look at her thing. Gauge Dye Works sweater, the merino twist self-striping in white light and deep blue. So yeah, I love it. I really do need to block it because the garter stitch kind of makes it all weird and puckery, and the way you knit it, it's kind of off. And anyway, so, but the colors are beautiful. I don't know if they're showing up as well as they are on camera as they are in person, but, and I have this much left. So I used 77 grams of 115 gram skein. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do with the leftovers of this. I think, because you can see there's green right there in the middle, and I think that I'm going to do a baby hat to go with the sweater and start it with this green and then move up to the blue, and maybe do a cute little pom-pom on top. And there might even be enough to do some little mitts or something. You know, I don't know. So I'm just gonna keep going and use up this yarn until it's all done. So I'm just gonna put all of that back together so they don't get separated. Put it back in the bag. This is one of the bags that I made myself. Yeah. It's got fun dolls on it. Went with green, kind of matched that, and then it's just plain blue on the inside. So nothing fancy. What should we talk about next? Oh, the next 2 items that I have for finished objects, I do not have with me. The first one, you saw it almost finished, and I did finish the child, which was a crochet toy pattern that normally makes like a little crochet toy, but I do it out of bulky, and then it's like a nice big sized stuffy, and this is a character from the Star Wars universe called Grogu, but it's, yeah, a little tiny little guy. Yeah, I made it from the pattern called The Child Green Baby by Vivienne Rousseau Fila. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. And the yarn that I used was Loops and Thread, Cozy Wool in the Sandstone colorway, which is like the cloak thing that he wears, and Sweetgrass, which was his skin color. And then I just found a little bit of black DK that I had left over from something, and made some eyes out of that. So I will put a picture in, and so you can see the finished object. This is the second one of them I've made. I made one for our household, and then this one was a gift for my friends who just moved into a new house. So that was very fun. We got to go see their new house a couple weeks ago and get the tour, and then we walked down to this great little Mexican place that's close by. So I'm super excited for them living in a nice central location. They can just pop out to whatever shops and stuff. So anyway, that is it for that pattern. And the last one, which if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this already. I knit some reusable water balloons. So last Tuesday, the 21st of June, was Indigenous Day at Taylor's school, and they had a variety of activities for the kids throughout the day, including like bannock and I think there was a smudging, and I can't remember all of them, I'm sorry, but anyway, one of them was like a target practice thing, and normally they would use water balloons, but of course bits of rubber and plastic all over the field is not good for the field, for the animals that use that field, or for the children, you know, kindergartners that might just try to eat part of it, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so they asked if the leadership students could make some reusable water balloons and gave them a pattern to knit them. Of course, Taylor brings it home, and I'm like, oh, well, I can whip up a bunch of these, no problem. So she tells her teacher, I'll make them all. Anyway, I think a couple other parents ended up helping and making some too. So I ended up 8 of them. It calls for a super bulky, but I just decided to hold 2 strands of worsted weight together, and I think I knit them on like a 5 or a 6 millimeter, so they're nice and dense. They hold together really well because they're gonna kind of sag a bit when they get wet, so made them nice and dense. I will put a picture in of the water balloons. I just took a picture, I think, of the first 4 that I had made. I didn't take a picture of all of them, but anyway, so I made a bunch of those. They were a super easy pattern. I have kept the pattern. I will show you later in the video. I've redone my whole craft room that I'm recording in today, so I can make more in the future if the kids want them. I would be concerned about throwing them at other people, but throwing them at targets is a good idea. I think that wet wool would probably hurt a lot more than a balloon would, but I don't know, maybe we'll give it a try this summer. And that is it for finished objects. Let's move on to works in progress. First up for you, I have my hinterland sweater, and of course it's in my giant bag. I can't remember if I've done any progress on this or not, but anyway, I'll show it to you anyways because I like to be reminded of the things that I'm working on. And with all the things that I've been finishing lately, I'm actually just down to 3 works in progress. I don't know. So like Stash Dash really works because I am working down those whips and getting stuff done. So, but here's my hinterland. This is the hinterland pattern by Jennifer Steinglass, and I still love it. I really haven't had a lot of headspace to work on this a lot. The yarn that I'm using is Cascade Fingering 220, and this lovely color is called Deep Plum, and then the other one is called Buff. Oh my goodness. One of these days I'm gonna get it right. So those are all in there, and everything's in there. I'm like halfway through the chart, so I've got a long way to go, but maybe I will finish that for Stash Dash. That'll definitely be my stretch goal, to finish that. Most likely I will finish the other things that I'm working on and cast on something new because, you know, why not? My second work in progress that I want to talk about today is Taylor's birthday sweater. And I have not made much progress on it, but I have, oh my goodness, so rolly. I have done the decreases for the sleeve area, and now I'm at the point where I need to measure and see what she's at here for the armhole depth. This is the back, so it goes quite high. There's a tiny bit of neck shaping that has to be done, but I think we're pretty close on there. So this lovely color is called Cranberry, and it is Cascade 220. And then I have the, something in here, Sunflower color for the lettering on the front. The pattern for this is Mrs. Weasley's Home Knit Christmas Sweater by martaschmarta, and it is from the official Harry Potter knitting book. So yeah, so that's that one. It is quite wide if you look at it like this. Oh my goodness, stuff everywhere. So it will definitely fit her for a while, which is what I wanted. Don't want to knit her a sweater and have her grow out of it right away. So that is that one. And the last one, the thing I have been working on the most, is my Petal Party Crop. And I'm calling it a top, but it is technically called the Petal Party Crop, and it's by Samantha Guerin. And I'm trying to be sneaky here and get, oh, it's all twisted. Hold on. So many ends, you guys, so many ends. But look at all the progress I have made. So I have sleeve cuffs, both of them are done. The neck treatment is done, and it's supposed to be rolled like that. It's supposed to be like a little rollover. So you pick up stitches and then you knit a few rows and then you cast off. So you just get this nice rollover thing. I still have to weave in all the ends and whatnot. And then all the lace. So excited, you guys. And this is how much yarn that I have left. I did pull from the center to do the neck and the armbands. But you know, there's quite a bit left there. So I won't start measuring yet, but when I get closer, I'll start weighing it until I get to a certain point, and then I'll have enough to do the ribbing for the very bottom. I think it's just a 1x1 rib, same as the sleeves. So I'll do a bit of ribbing on the bottom and call that good. So if I measure it out, I mean, it's already down to my belly button and it's not even blocked yet. So this is going to be a great summer top. I did do a couple inches where I alternated skeins so that you don't see too much pooling, but honestly, this skein is just working up so nice. I don't even see any pooling or pieces that are weird colors. It's all just very variegated, which I mean, I know the lace is not going to show up as nicely in the variegated, but I think over a white tank, this will look just awesome. So yeah, the yarn that I'm using, do I have the thing? Oh, I do have the thing, is Color Adventures. And this is the Winter Bloom colorway. So, oh, and now you've seen the price. And this is the cashmere sock. Man, I just can't get things in the right order today. But this was a 2 skein project, so yeah, I am just go on that. I really, you know, it's summertime now. I want to wear that with a cute skirt or over a dress in the summertime on a cool evening and look really fancy. So that is it for works in progress. We will move on to events. The only thing that I have for events is Stash Dash. So every summer I participate in Stash Dash, and basically you pick a goal for yourself and then you see if you can make it. So they do count by meters, so they have like a 1 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 5, 7.5, and then 15 and up. So you just kind of pick a category or you wait till the end and see what you get. It's very relaxed. There's no prizes or anything, you know, and it's just a fun knit along to kind of track your progress through the summer, motivate you to finish off maybe a bunch of whips or, you know, or start a bunch of new stuff, whichever works best for you. I like to track it year over year because it gives me a good indication of, you know, where I'm at, the things that I'm doing. I do track my stuff year over year total for the full 12 months as well. So just another way for me to track things. And, you know, in the summertime, sometimes, you know, picking up your knitting maybe isn't the first thing that you think of because it's hot out. But I do find that taking that time just to knit a few rounds on something does help me relax, helps me calm my mind and be chill. So, which is good for the summer because it's like summertime and you're always like, oh, let's go do this, let's go do that. And sometimes you just need that afternoon of just chill and relax and sit in your chair and knit. So, on to Stash Dash details. So far this year I've finished the Gather hat and cowl. I finished another bulky hat, the reusable water balloons, the child stuffy, my even heel socks, and the baby sweater. All of that meterage adds up to 1,118 meters. So my goal for Stash Dash is 3,000 meters, so the 3K. You know, I think I'm getting pretty close. If I finish my pedal party crap and I finish Taylor's sweater, I will definitely be over the 3,000 mark, and I don't see why I can't finish both of those. And that's kind of my goal is by the end of the summer to have both of those projects, sorry, they're right here, so I'm like poking at them, to have both of those projects finished, and then I'll be able to just, you know, choose another sweater for myself or something else fun, and work away on those. So I will have clear needles. The Hinterland is definitely a long-term project. I don't think I'm gonna finish that this summer. I don't know why I'm not motivated to, but I think once I finish the color work, it's going to be a lot of just round and round and round in that purple. So it's possible. It's possible. But then you have a big wool sweater on your lap, so maybe not the best. I don't know. Also, I won't be wearing it until later in the year, so maybe that's part of it. I don't know. We'll see. And I definitely have some plans to knit some smaller things to make sure they count for Stash Dash. I've clearly fallen off the gnome bandwagon. I don't know what happened there, but I do not have any gnomes currently on the needles, and I'm not making one for June because, you know, there's only 4 days left and I'm busy, and it just didn't happen this month. So, and it didn't happen last month either. So you know what, I still want all those gnomes. I think it would be super fun to have a little display of gnomes that I'd made myself or give them away to people or whatever. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe that'll be my Stash Dash project. All right, moving on to chatter. It is the end of the school year, which means there's extra events, extra things happening at the school, extra days of going places and doing things where the kids need extra things, and just extra everything. So I have not been doing too much knitting or reading. I'm just kind of exhausted at the end of the day, so just kind of trying to make it through. We got 2 more days of school, and then responsibility over. So, but then it's summertime and we have some fun stuff planned for the summer, and I'm sure I will take you guys along with me. But for right now, let's talk about what books I've been reading. So I've finished Murder on Sisters Row by Victoria Thompson. This is part of the Gaslight mystery series. I for sure thought I knew who had done it, and I was wrong. So that is how you can tell a good book, for mystery at least. So that one was really good, and I've already got the next one on hold at my library. I did listen to that one on audiobook. The other book that I finished is the Hawthorne Legacy. I recently read the first one in this series, and this is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second one, and I believe the third one is coming out soon. I have to double check her website, but I did listen to that audiobook as well and finish that one. And I am currently reading The Lost World by Michael Crichton. So I'm getting through that one. I'm having to force myself to put it down at the end of the night though, so that I go to sleep, because otherwise I would just stay up way too late reading. And Mike and I, my husband and I, are back reading Game of Thrones. We read a chapter a day. We got off of that in the spring just because things were so busy. But yeah, so in the evenings, especially during the week, instead of turning on the TV, we'll sit down and read a chapter. We don't read them to each other. We just sit in the same room and read the same chapter to ourselves. And then we talk about it afterwards and like compare it to the TV show, or like just talk about the characters and what happened to them. So it's a good way for us to connect and do something that we enjoy together. Anyway, so yeah, we're back to doing that. So we're on A Feast of Crows. It's not my favorite book of that series, but it's okay. There's some good characters, so yeah. And I think I mentioned in my last episode that we were going to Cirque du Soleil, and it was amazing, as they all are, of course, but it was amazing. I have no words to describe it. It was it's a pop-up show. Like they just come and do the show for like 3 days in one venue, and then they travel for a bit, and then they do that again the next weekend. So like for them to set up all of the lights and the props and the stage and the things that they do the trapeze on. Like, it's just, and then the things that they do are so just crazy but beautiful and amazing. So loved that show. The kids are back playing D&D again. I got to help them one Monday because Mike was out at a meeting, so that was super fun. Yeah, they quite enjoyed that. And what else? Let me see. Gotta look on my list here. Some of the things that have been happening for the year end at school is Cooper's Middle School had their first dance. With the COVID restrictions and this being the first year of the school, they hadn't really done very many social activities where the whole school could participate. So yeah, this was super fun. I was able to volunteer. They stuck me at the front door. I was the bouncer and wouldn't let anybody out of the door because you weren't allowed to just go in and out. You had to stay in the school if you were there. So but it was super fun to see all the kids. You know, some of them really dressed up, some of them didn't, and there was music in the gym, and they just had a fun time of it. And the other year-end thing that happened is Taylor did her acting show. She was in The Wizard of Oz, and she had many roles in that, as the ensemble does, and she did amazing. She learned about quick changes, which is something very important for being an actor, and you know, got to sing her little heart out on stage, and it was just lovely. What else have we been doing? Sorry, I keep looking at my notes. I have been walking a lot. So my work is having a 30-day challenge, which started at the beginning of June. So every work day, you're supposed to walk for 30 minutes, and you're going to do it for 30 days. So that'll be into July. So that'll be super fun. I so far am on track to, you know, get all my 30 days. I've done 15 so far, so I'm halfway there. So that's 3 weeks in. I got 3 weeks left, and yeah. Basically, you just walk during your lunch break or sometime during the day, and then catalog it in a post. I've been posting a picture every day, so that's been fun just to take some different pictures from around here. I do pretty much the same walk every day, so try to get something different every day. But yeah, and I've been doing a few walks, bigger walks down by the lake, and of course it's just beautiful out now. So as you can see, I'm a little sunburned. I don't know how well that's showing up, but on Friday I did a lot of walking outside, and then we went to the beach, and yeah, the back of my neck especially is very burnt. So yeah, I had sunscreen. Did I put it on? Well. We also were able to go out for dinner without the kids. We went to a brewery and sat out on a patio and had a super fun time with some friends. And yeah, it was so nice just to be in patio season. I did wear my throwing it back wrap. I had a sundress on, and then I just had that wrapped around my shoulders when it got a little chilly in the evening, and it was perfect. Yeah. So next week is Taylor's farewell ceremony. She's moving on from elementary school to middle school, so that'll be an interesting thing. I'm sure I will put in some clips next episode. And yeah, we've been getting out to the beach lots and outside lots in this beautiful weather. So I'm gonna call that good for today, and I think it's time that I probably go make some dinner for the family. So we'll call that it. I hope you enjoy the clips at the end, including I've finally finished moving everything in my craft room. So I will show you some clips of the different things that I've set up and how I've set everything up. And I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you in another couple weeks. Bye. Hello and welcome to my craft room / office tour. So here's my desk for work and the printer, very important. And that's it for office stuff. This blank wall is going to have some cork boards put on it so that I can hang some stuff on there. There are the cork boards that I need to put up. And this lovely fabric, which is showing up very blue, is actually teal, and it's going to be wool blankets for the front deck. So when it's a little chilly, you can go outside and still have a little blanket on, and it matches my furniture. This is the antique sewing desk that I have. Those top two fold out. Sometime I'll show you it folded out. There are drawers and the stool with it. Of course, some blocking mats hiding in there too. And this sewing machine, that one there, is the Singer sewing machine that goes with the table. I just don't have it in right now because I had it out to get serviced. And then the white one is my the first sewing machine that I got. This is the new cabinet that I got. I have a variety of fabrics in here, and now I can see a lot more of it. All sorts of batting and stuff. I do have a serger. I've never used it. A friend was getting rid of it, so I got it from her. And more sewing notions. Some things that need, t-shirts and stuff that need fixing. All my cross stitch and embroidery stuff. Tracing paper, patterns, and my knitting books are up there too. So yeah, that is all of that fun stuff. And then I'm gonna back up here. Hopefully this doesn't make you too sick. I did move the yarn cabinet over a bit, but it looks pretty much similar to what it did before. You can see some of the cute pictures of my kids. This is a closet that we use just for general storage and stuff, but I love seeing all these old pictures of my cute kids. Yeah, and then my basket that goes up and downstairs with me, and my electric heater. So, and there's some more blocking mats in the corner. I hope you enjoyed that tour, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below.